Okay, today is Thursday, the 26th of April. Just doing another video real quick. What I wanted to talk about today, which I think is obviously very important, is a safe place to go. As I talked previously in my last video, that I recently bought 10 acres of land, and my primary reason for buying that land, like I said, in the southern tier, it's very isolated, very remote. That's my own personal choice because I want to be completely isolated if something happens or something goes bad. It's a safe place to go. Excuse me. And I think that that's important, that we all have some place to go if things went bad. Like we talked about before, if the lights went out tomorrow, what are you going to do? You know, how prepared are you for that? And you know, we'll go over more things with that. But the focus today is having some place to go to ground, if you will. And if everything went belly up and there was total anarchy, you're obviously not going to stay in your homes, especially if you live in the city or the suburbs. Now, if you're way out in the country, it's a possibility to probably stay in your home, but I don't even know how safe that would be in the long run. Short term, probably okay, but short term for the city, absolutely not. For the suburbs, probably not, because once they get done destroying the cities, the suburbs are next. And when I say they, I mean people that have bad intentions, looters, rioters. You know, there are a lot of good people that live in the city. There's a lot of good people that live in the suburbs, and there's a lot of bad in both as well. And if there was a total breakdown in laws, and it would be a very bad place to be. And that's why my focus today is, if you don't have some place to go, if you have a family member who lives in the country, make plans, talk with each other, you know, put a plan in place so that your people can be safe. Whoever, you know, whatever group of people, friends, family, whoever you have, because I'll tell you, you know, it's just watching the news every day, it's scary what's going on out there with the violence. Just, you know, we are the most horrific animals on this planet, and the things that we do to each other is just, it's unbelievable. And you know, obviously I don't see things getting better, and that's why I started making some of these videos in the first place, just to talk with people, give people my thoughts, and you know, just think about what's necessary to do for the protection of your family. I know it always goes back to family for me, because for me it's all about my family, my wife and my kids. And I have a group of other people obviously too that I'm working with. What I will be doing in a future video next weekend is we're going to be up on the land building the shed, and I'll do some video footage up there so you get an idea. And I'm telling you, I'm a mile in from the main road. It's all woods. It's very isolated, and I love it. And you know, that's maybe not for everybody, but for me, it's about total safety for my family and being able to defend that area if I had to. And you know, and like I said, you can't do these things alone. You really need to have a group of people that you work with and try to put something together, because I'll tell you, it's extremely expensive getting preparations ready. Even just, and let's just go to a regular emergency, like if the lights went out tomorrow, you know, how prepared are you? And you know, I keep going back to that, but it's just such an important thing. And you know, most people are walking around with those sunglasses on, with the rose-colored glasses, just not realizing how dangerous it is. And you know, if that power went out, boy, I'll tell you what, it's a scary thing. And so, like I said, you know, think about today's video. Is basically, my focus today is a safe place to go. And especially if you live in the city, believe me, if things go bad, that's not where you want to be. So you really should put a plan in place of a safe place. If you have the means to buy some property, I would suggest that you do so, because you know, in a prolonged event, things can get really dicey. And you know, the important thing is, good people need to survive, not just bad people. And and not just religious lunatics as well. Let's get that clear. I mean, there's nothing wrong with religion. If you're into religion, that's great. But there's a lot of religious lunatic groups out there that are also preparing, and the average person is not. So I'd like to see more good people prepare that have clear heads on their shoulder, that this isn't the end of the world happening, that this is just, it's just a change in the cycle of the way things are, and that we need to survive. And so that's my video today, just talking real quick about, having some place to go. You really need to look into doing that. And again, I welcome anybody's comments or thoughts. Feel free to drop me a note, leave me an email, whatever. And I'll be doing more. The next topic that I really want to talk about is something else that is probably one of the most important things that you need to have in an emergency situation, and that's clean water. So we're going to talk about that next time, and I'll talk to you later. I hope you all have a good day.